Oh god, it's finally here. Look at the roster, look how wide it is. The menus are all new and shit. It's really hype. I woke up just as the patch was dropping. You can't download the new characters just yet, but all the other Season 2 content is in the game. All the new moves and everything else. I did a poll yesterday to ask you guys what you want me to look at first, and it turns out you want me to go into practice mode and mess around with all the new toys we have on our characters. So that's what I'm going to do. Thank you for spending your precious Season 2 Day 1 time with me. I just ran down to the store and got my breakfast, some coffee. We're going to have some breakfast together and just hang out, jump around the roster and look at all the new things. I'm going to have time to go to some characters that we didn't have time to look at during the Season 2 previews. But I think we're definitely going to start by jumping onto Miguel and just checking out some of his new stuff before we move on. Let's beat on Lars, why not? No, actually, let's not do that. I think I'm going to do Miguel because we might have a couple of situations where we want our opponent to be Miguel to test some stuff out. So we're going to do double Miguel. That's good that I remember that, so we didn't have to jump out later. And this new stage select screen is great because you can just go to your favorite stage right away and you don't have to cycle through them. I'm going to use Violet Systems, which is a stage that I like because it's wide enough that you can try combos, but it still has the wall if you need it, so it's a good practice stage, I think. So the first thing I'm going to look at, obviously, is the new Rage Drive, and a lot of you were theorizing that what it's going to do is the second hit is not going to be air damage, because the first hit isn't going to float them anymore, meaning that this should do more damage. So let's check that out. Player Rage on. I'm so excited, man. This is going to be so cool. Okay, here we go. Alright, so you were absolutely right about that, because you can see, let's get away from the wall here, that that is now going to do 100% scaling, so full damage on the second hit, meaning that this is going to be a much more respectable launcher. So if we're just using it as a launcher out here in the open, usually you couldn't get any combo damage off of this. You'd get 40 something. It was not very good at all. You could get maybe 50. Let's see if we can get some decent combo damage off of this now. Wow, okay, so it's a pretty good launcher now. It's pretty heavy, yeah. It's going to be super easy to get completely full combo damage off of this right now. Even if you just do a little improvised combo like this that isn't even good, you're going to be able to get full combo damage at 56. And I mean, if we really try to do some actual damage right here, yeah, you can tell that it's so much more massive because of the reduced scaling on that second hit. Very, very big change for Miguel. His Rage Drive is now excellent, and I love this. You can even get that. Look, that's 63 right there off of the Rage Drive. So yeah, it's big. It's a real Rage Drive now. Huge buff, really good. Definitely something that we wanted. You're gonna be able to get better damage off of this now too. That's just a little improvisation for 50 easy damage. And all the Miguel Labbers out there are going to be comboing with this. Look, that's 64. That combo that I did right there using Savage Up for 3 is kind of an advanced ender. It's pretty hard to stick. So if you find it difficult to do, just practice it a little bit and you'll be able to pull it off. But really, really cool stuff so far. The new Rage Drive is dope. I'm not going to go into all the little frame data changes in this video because we don't have enough time and we already did a video on that. But let's jump ahead to the next interesting thing, which is, and this is huge, the changed hit properties of 1, 2, 4. This 4 is going to do 4 more damage, and it's going to do something completely new when it hits the opponent now. Before it just did a little hit, it didn't do anything special. Oh wow, okay, so this is going to do a knockdown now. Wow, that looks really heavy. 20 damage, it sparks, it knocks down, and it looks like you might even be able to get guaranteed damage here. Yeah, look, that combo is for 40. That's really big. Wow, that's so good. So I'm just going to make sure that you can actually get this guaranteed after a knockdown by, let's make Miguel do it to make sure that you can't back roll this or anything. So I'm going to record Miguel doing that sequence here. Okay, that works. Let's try it. No, you can't back roll. You can't tech. That's guaranteed. Okay, that's really good. That's so good. That's not something I was expecting. So now when you do the 1, 2, 4, if it gets blocked, you get plus frames and you get a mix-up. If it hits, even better, knockdown, guaranteed damage on the floor. It's really, really good. And moving on to the next change, which is also this string, is 1, 2, 1 plus 2. This comes out faster now. And yeah, you can tell that it comes out faster. This is pretty significant. Okay, so they've turned your jab string into a very potent mix-up tool, and because of the nerf of the down for 1-1 string, this is not going to be used to access mix-ups all that much anymore, which is kind of nice because that second hit there is very duckable, and that's going to be superseded a lot more by your jab string. You didn't get more range on your one jab, which is sad, but the string got buffed a lot, definitely, because if this hits or gets blocked, you're going to get good stuff. If this gets blocked, you're going to get plus frames and a mix-up again. If you get the knockdown here, this is also guaranteed damage on the floor. If this counter hits, it's a launcher, obviously, which is great. But yeah, right now it's going to be so good because your opponent has to respect the follow-up to these initial jabs, and if you do the 4, Miguel gets on the floor, everybody do the dinosaur. So it's really, really nice. Super cool changes so far. I'm really liking this. It feels more powerful now that we're actually in the game than when I was just reading the patch notes. I think this is going to be a string that comes out a lot with Miguel going forward. Okay, the next big thing I want to look at is the fact that you have Magic 4 now. Let's just turn on manual counter hit actually. Okay, so before this was max damage here, 44 damage, and you couldn't really get a combo, but now you're supposed to be able to get a full combo here. According to my testing before the patch came out, you're going to be able to get somewhere upwards of around 60 damage off of a decent combo here, and it's probably going to be pretty good. The main change is the fact that this Cyclone slap here has the hit properties of the hitbox of this first move is a lot bigger and it goes lower, so that's why this spin should theoretically work right now. So let's try out the combo. Oh wow, that's so cool. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna say is that this is very easy to counter hit confirm. It's even easier than Kazumi, who has to be pretty fast, as you probably know. But this, yeah, look, I can go real slow. I can go, let's just pretend I don't know I'm gonna counter hit. Yeah, you have more than enough time to do this. It's very easy to counter hit confirm. So this is now one of the most legit counter hit force in the game. Katarina's was nerfed. Kazumi's has always done pretty low damage, but this is the real deal. And it sort of solidifies Miguel as a counter hit character in my mind. This is probably your best counter hit move right now, and it might be the best counter hit for in the game. You still have the back one for a fast option up close, but if you compare the range to this, to the range to that, I mean, it's such a difference. This is massive. And even at a far out range, you're still going to get the spin. So let's try out some combos. I think you're going to have to sidestep here probably, yeah, to make the down forward 1 work. If you can make the down forward 1 work. Yep, you can. Okay, really, really cool. Very nice. So I guess a combo would be something like... That's 61, there you go. Not bad at all. And the new improved damage on the Savage 2 might make it a good option here as well. So let's try that. I forgot to go into Savage. Yep, there you go, 61. That's a really nice hit at the end there now that Savage 2 is buffed. So really cool stuff. Let's see if we can maybe get some wall carry going here as well. Yeah, that's going to work out just fine. That's going to be too far. What should we try? I just want to see if I can get the wall from here. I'm not going to get too caught up on combos here. That's something to practice later, but it's so much fun. The fact that you have this right now, so I kind of... Oh, that was almost it. But yeah, you're going to be able to convert it to the wall if you want to, even on a wide stage like this. But welcome to one of the most powerful counter hit moves ever. Super, super fun, and I'm going to be enjoying this now that I'm probably going to be playing slightly less Katarina. Unless the changes to her are really fun, obviously, they might be. Then, yeah, this is going to be great. What a nice buff for Miguel. This is huge. This is really, really nice. Super, super cool. Okay. Let's turn off counter hit and keep going because we don't want to get too caught up. This has changed, don't really care. This has changed, we already talked about that. Forward, oh yeah, okay, so we need to talk about this move. Let's go to the wall. So this has been made easier to hit confirm for the wall spot, so I'm just going to take it really slow and try to do a slow hit confirm. Plenty of time to tell if I got the block or not, or the hit or not. Yeah, okay. Okay, so this is really easy to hit confirm right now. You can go super slow and still get it. Okay. Yeah, so if you're not comfortable hit confirming right now with Miguel, do I have second option all guard even? Okay, I don't. Sorry. So that was not a real test. Forget what I just did. Let's do it again. Okay, yeah, so it's not that forgiving. But it is still easy. Yeah, you have more than enough time to hit confirm this. So if you are new to hit confirming, this is a place to start practicing it because this is not very hard at all. So you're going to do the forward 3. If it gets blocked, you just go back on the defensive. The opponent's not going to swing because they have to respect the extension. And if you see the hit, you press the 4 and you do the new and improved Miguel wall combo for good damage. It's another thing I want to test here, by the way. Savage 2 had its damage buffed, meaning that your wall combo damage is going to be better. Yes, it's really chunky right now. Very cool. I love it. This has gone from like 27 to 32. It's a big damage buff on this move, actually. Pretty crazy. 61, yeah. Okay, really nice stuff so far. I'm loving the changes. Let's move on to the next fun one that we want to show you guys. Yeah, this string was nerfed. We mentioned that, but you're going to be using the jab string a lot more to compensate. This is launch punishable now, which is sad. This has slightly faster startup. That's good because it's a good move. Back 4, better recovery on block and hit. 4-4-2-1, this has pushed back on block now. That's not super significant because it's a safe move. This has its hitbox improved downwards, which is nice. While rising 2-2 and 2-4, the input window has been changed, not that big. During Savage 1, hitbox extended downwards, so this thing has a better hitbox now, which is good. During Savage 2, the damage, we mentioned that. While rising 1+2, changed to +1 on block. Pretty cool. I don't think it's going to make this move all that useful, but maybe when you block like a little low here and you don't want to punish with something like that, maybe you'll just do this, get 15 damage and a... sorry, not a punish. It's not going to be used for that, obviously. This is on block. So, yeah, maybe you go down here and you're doing some sort of mix-up, and instead of doing a more boss to the wall mid like that, maybe you just do this, get it blocked, and collect the plus frame. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be used all that much, but I might be wrong about that. Okay, now we're going to go into more Savage stance moves here. Okay, wall bounce. Yeah, we got to look at wall bounce, obviously. I forgot about wall bounce. So this is Miguel's wall bounce move, Savage 1-4. Let's make it hit. The fact that this string is not natural is gonna make his wall bounces a little bit less good, I think. Look how goofy it looks. It's kind of funny. I wonder what you're gonna use for the actual re-wall splat for a move with Miguel. My instincts tell me down back 2, but it's probably too slow here. But I don't think this is the range you're supposed to use wall bounce at. Let's get away from the wall and try and stand just a little bit closer to it than normal. Something like this. I think this is about the range where you're supposed to be going for the wall bounce. Yeah, and from that range the down back 2 works just fine, and that's a lot of damage. So that's pretty cool. I don't know how useful this move is going to be and how much wall bouncing you're actually going to be doing with Miguel. But it might be worth it, and there are definitely characters that have more, you know, they have wall bounce moves that are already used for wall splatting, so it's just going to make them even better at wall splatting. I think when you're up here and you're doing this, maybe 4 is your best option. Yeah, and then you still get the combo. So I think 4 is going to be my, not Thor. Yeah, turn into Thor and then hit him with the lightning. I think 4 is going to be your preferred option here if you're really close, but who knows. Really great stuff. Moving on. During Savage 2, buff damage. During Savage 4. Okay, so this has a new property on hit. So it's probably going to do this thing now, guaranteed. Didn't it used to do that? I'm pretty sure it used to still give you this on hit. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's cool because it looks pretty consistent. But the thing I really wanted to know about this move is that it's gonna be a counter hit launcher now. Oh wow, that's really cool. It is a high, but it's a very respectable high now because, okay, you're in a mix-up stance, right? So you want to have respectable lows, you want to have respectable mids, and you also want to have respectable homing moves. If somebody's trying to sidestep attack on you and you counter hit them with this, it's going to be pretty big. It's 32 damage, which is pretty huge. Let's try and do a quick combo here to see what you can get. Maybe something like this. That should work. Maybe you need to do a little bit of a sidestep, right, which you often have to do with Miguel. Yeah, okay, that's probably going to be it. There you go, 75. That's pretty big. That's good. You have to do one of those combos because it spins on the first hit, but 75 is very good damage. It's pretty huge, to be honest. So, great buff to that move. Savage down back 3. They buffed the damage and properties this low. Oh wow, look, it actually sparks now and it gives you the whip sound effect. So this is definitely going to be your main mix-up blow out of Savage right now, which is so great. It was already good and now it's even better, so this low is stronger. It still gives you the stuff on counter hit, I assume. Yep. So a lot of stuff where you can get guaranteed stuff on the floor with Miguel right now, which I like. Savage down for 2. Push back on block, we got to check that out. Oh wow, that's a lot of pushback. That's so cool. Okay, so this means that this string might, or this launcher might actually be a lot more. It's launch punishable, right? But some characters won't be able to reach you with the punish from that range. Quite a few of them possibly, making this move a lot better in a lot of matchups. If they're really going to respect these lows and stuff, and you just mix them up with this move now, and they can't even punish it properly, then yeah, because this is like a huge launcher, right? So, yeah, that's pretty big. Really good, really good. Okay, this is a homing move now and comes out faster. That's a buff. I don't know if it's going to be super useful, but it might be. It might be a little bit too slow. The punch parry on this does something new on hit, apparently. Okay, so it costs a little crumple stun. Let's see if we can show what it does when the punch parry connects. So let's record Miguel doing... what should we do? Maybe down forward 1 into Savage back 2. Okay, that didn't work. Let's try it again. There it is. Let's see if I can punch into this thing and get the parry to come out. Let's block it and see what happens. Okay, so that worked. So it does a little bit of damage and he laughs and knocks you down. I don't know if you're going to be able to get guaranteed stuff there. I don't think this change is significant enough to make this move more useful. But it's safe on block now at -9, so it's a pretty chunky mid you can use for a mix-up here. I think you're probably still want to go for the Savage up for 3 here for the most part. Because it's more powerful knockdown. It's also safe. And yeah, this is not going to hit grounded. That was just one thing I had to check because I had a prediction that might be happening, but that's apparently not going to be the case. So that's sad. Is that going to wrap it up for Miguel? I think that's everything I wanted to talk about with him, but I think overall the changes are really interesting. I'm going to sneeze. Really sorry about that if it was super loud. But yeah, overall really cool stuff. I love this. This is really major. The fact that you can get guaranteed stuff here is huge. But I think the counter hit 4, they kind of lifted it off of Katarina and put it on Miguel in a way, and this is going to be really, really good for you. So I'm looking forward to more Miguel going forward. This is going to be a lot of fun. But that's going to wrap it up for Miguel. Let's go to character select. I wonder who we should do next. I think a lot of people are interested in hearing my thoughts on Lars. And he has new moves, which is cool. So let's jump on Lars and see what we can find out. And let's beat up on Shaheen, just a normal sized character. Let's go to a different stage. Let's try this one maybe. To change it up a little bit so you're not looking at the same thing the whole time. Okay, so Silent entry transitions were changed. This is like I said yesterday, it's a short list of changes for Lars, but we have to hope that they're significant. Okay, so I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm just going to jump straight into it and check out what Dynamic Entry 4.3, the completely new move is. This could be anything. It could be crap. It could be a launcher. It could be his new Hell Sweep. It could be whatever. So let's see what happens. Oh, okay. I see. So it's your forward 4.3 out of Dynamic. So this is going to be your low mix-up out of Dynamic. This is launch punishable, but it's... I think maybe fast enough out of here that it's going to work. It's difficult to tell. You're going to want to do it as fast as possible if you're going to use it. Currently, this move is pretty good. It's 34. This is natural. So yeah, this is pretty good. But that's going to make it so that you have a mix-up low for Dynamic to mix up these good mids, right? Yeah, maybe. You're still gonna get launched if you get blocked here, but it's yeah, it's kind of like your bootleg Hell Sweep, I guess. I'm on the fence. I'm gonna have to try this in actual matches to see if it's gonna be useful. But there you go. That's your new move. The other changes were for. Oh, okay. So what I said yesterday was slightly wrong. You still automatically go into silent entry off of this, but you can hold back to not do it. So back is not the transition. Back is the cancel. And let's see if that's true for this string as well. Yeah, so you can do that and cancel, and you don't go into dynamic entry. But the combo should still work here. It does. Good stuff. What else? During silent entry 2, this is going to be faster now. Let's do the new manual transition. Okay, so you can't hold forward, you have to tap forward. That feels pretty fun to do. It's kind of fast actually, and it has good crush properties on both stances, I assume. So, yeah, maybe. It does look faster. This is your mix-up low now, and it's apparently faster to come out, so silent entry is going to be more respectable. What else? This is better on a hit. This had a slight buff to its damage. Down for 2, active frames increased. Okay, yeah, this was another big one. This has new properties on counter hit. If this is going to be a counter hit launcher now, I'm going to assume it isn't, but if it is, then this is going to be a huge move. Okay, no, it's just a knockdown move on counter hit. And, okay, that's what we should have expected. If it had been a launcher, it would have been a little bit too good. Alright, good stuff. So, anything else for Lars that we need to check out right now? Forward 3, crouch status changed. Yes, that's that thing. Dynamic entry 3. Yeah, the wall bounce moves. This thing and this thing. Sorry. That thing. Those are your new wall bounce moves. Before we go to the wall and check out the wall bounce, is there anything else that I missed here? Wall bounce on hit, new move added, silent entry, active frames changed, opponent reaction on counter change. We already looked at that. Oh yeah, this thing, back 3-4, back 3-4 opponent. This is much safer on block. It's safe on block now at -8. Recovery decreased, cost of screw on mid-air hit, hitbox expanded downward. So yeah, this also had its hitbox improved. But let's see if we can do some combos with the new back 3-4. Maybe something like this. Yeah, so that works fine. The thing about this is that... okay, yeah, I forgot to hold back. It's not going to work here. It's going to work here. No. Okay. Maybe after this. Let's try this. Okay, I don't think this is going to be super significant if I'm honest, because Lars already had great combos. Combos was not his weak spot, so giving him new combo tools is cool, but I think he's going to be doing the same combos that he was doing already, and this is not necessarily going to supersede something else. It costs a screw on mid-air hit, doesn't do anything new on counter it. Okay, so let's go over to the wall and try some wall bound stuff. So the first was dynamic 3, right? And let's try and think about what we want to do for the re-wall splat. I'm thinking maybe, what would be good? Maybe dynamic 1, 2? Is that a bad idea? Alright, let's just try it. Let's just try a couple of things. Maybe here? Okay, that was too far out. Okay, like that. Okay, so down for 2-1 works just fine. That's pretty cool. And that's pretty good damage. There might be something better. And let's try the silent 1. Maybe with the new manual transition even. A little bit closer. Alright, I think that's it for Lars. The verdict is that I think they didn't change him all that much at all, and I think he's going to be the same old Lars. Silent entry is going to be a little bit better because of the buff to the 2, but it's not the exciting changes to Lars that we were expecting and hoping for, and I think he's going to live during the remainder of Tekken 7, unless there are more patches, near the bottom of the tier list. Unfortunately, I'm sorry Lars mains, but you know, shit happens. Let's go back to